see where the center of the room is. All right, from here. So to start our class, we always start with our bow. So you place your feet parallel, a little bit apart, and we'll do that right fist, that's the sun, and that left palm, that's the moon. And then we bow down to one another to start our Tai Chi practice today. Very good. So I'm going to stand back a little bit more in the room, and from here, we're going to do the breath. So we're going to try to find our belly button. So I've got my finger on my belly button. Then you either go 2 inches down, or what I like to do is 2 finger widths down. And then I take my finger out of my belly button down below. And that center place is where I'm going to take the center of my palm and place it there. That's the dantian. That's our energy collection center for moving energy through the body. But we do that with our breath. So I invite you to take the other hand above, a little soft bend in the knees. And what we're trying to do is, like there's a string on top of our head, we're pulling nice and tall, tucking that chin in, little soft bend in the knees, little roll of the tailbone in. And as we breathe in, let's expand the belly. And as we exhale, we draw the belly button towards the spine. And again, breathe in, belly big, and exhale. Once again, breathe in, belly big, expand, expand, expand. And then exhale, belly button towards the spine. Beautiful. So that lower belly breathing helps improve your cerebral spinal fluid flow, helps to lower your heart rate, lessen your blood pressure, and it kind of gets your mind out of thinking about 10 other things and it back into your body. At least that's what we hope, yeah? So from here, we're going to, again, think about feet firm into the floor. So we're grounding into the floor. The hand on the dantian, again, it helps to settle the mind and helps you to lower blood pressure and heart rate. From here, we're going to start with our warm-up. So we're doing similar to what we do in chair Tai Chi. We're going to be doing that Atlas point rotation. Your hands can be by the side. You can have a little bend in the knees, maybe a little bit wider feet. Let's start drawing that circle with your head. Notice any sounds that you might hear. I'm going to turn on the Tai Chi workout on my Apple Watch so y'all can know how many calories you burned today. That's interest to you. Now you can go as slow or as fast as you like. I like to kind of go with that kind of a medium slow pace. And then let's reverse that, go the other way. Now, if you get a little dizzy doing this, you may want to have the eyes look forward as you do the rotation of the head. So we kind of work all the major joints, muscles in our body before we start our forms today. I'm currently on the learning path of going on to the next step. It's learning the forms 1 through 30. It's probably more familiar to you if you've done Tai Chi before. It's things like brush knee, and some of these other terms that aren't in the short form 12. And then bring your head back to center. From here, let's go ahead and spin the wrist. And then let's reverse that. And then let's interlace the fingers. And what we'll do here is draw a figure 8. So that's usually pretty easy to do, the original direction. But then we're going to create new neural pathways when we reverse it. We're not quite ready for reverse yet. And then let's pause. And then here it goes. We're going to try to reverse. It's like, this feels so different, doesn't it? Again, I love Tai Chi because it really encourages you to use all the different little nooks and crannies of your brain. And my question is, did you go back to the original direction? I'm trying not to. All right, very good. Next is going to be spinal cord breathing. So you have those little cupped hands, and then a little soft bend in the knees. And my little white socks are pointing towards y'all. Let's inhale up. And then as we exhale, bend the knees, curve the spine, bring those forearms together, and then kind of curve towards your hands. And again, inhale, elbows up. It's a little standing back bend when you do this. And then exhale, curve that spine into that little cat back. Again, inhaling, elbows up. Exhale, curve. Now let's take it over to one side. So we're going to turn and inhale, elbows up, 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 up. Firm feet into the floor. Exhale, back to the center. Some of these are good for doing on the chair. If you need to do that, just know that. Inhale, other side. Exhale, back to the center. And then one more, elbows up and exhaling. Next is our finishing breath. So let's inhale, circle, sweep arms up. And unlike yoga, what we do here is bring the hands down the heart center. So that imagine there's a ball underneath and you're bringing that energy from the heavens back down to your dantian. Very good. Okay, from here, let's go ahead and cup the hands and swing the arms. Make sure you're away from the back of the wall when you do this. You might notice the left side feels a little different than the right side, maybe. Maybe there's more noise, maybe there's some challenges. We'll just put it that way, challenges, yeah? And let's tap the tops of the shoulders. Little extra bend in those elbows. Very good. Couple of more. One more. And just let those arms just kind of dangle. Next is called Salute the Earth and Sky. So if you're not one that needs to be doing forward fold bending, please just opt out of this posture. If you're okay with this, then join me. So I'm going to bring my feet a little bit wider and the toes softly pointing out just a little bit here. From here, I'm going to bend my knees. And then on the inhale breath, straighten up, rise up. On the exhale breath, tighten that belly button, and then let's bring it towards the floor. Now you're going wherever this is comfortable for you. Then inhale, shift over to the right-hand side. Exhale over to the left-hand side. Inhale back to the center and roll it up. Nice tall posture. And as you exhale, bend those knees, sink down. And again, inhale, rise up. Belly button tight. Exhale. Let's go towards the earth. Inhale, go over to one side. Exhale over to the other. Inhale back to the center. And start raising your body up, 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 up. Nice tall posture. Exhale, bend the knees. Once again, inhale, rise. Last time. Exhale, let's come on down, belly button tight. From here, inhale over to one side. Exhale over to the other side. Inhale back to the center. Come on up. And then exhale, bend the knees. Let's do that finishing breath. I'm bringing my feet in a little bit. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up. Now this time, bring down fists. We'll be doing eagle claw. So you're here with hands on your hips. So inhale, fist to chest. Exhale, sky high. Reach it sky high. Very good. Inhale, back to your chest. You're kind of squeezing that shoulder a little bit. Exhale, push it forward with an open hand. Beautiful. Inhale, back to your chest. Feel that squeeze of the upper back. Exhale, out to the side. Now we open and close 5 times. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back to your waist. Other side. Inhale, fist to chest. Exhale, sky high. This increases your mobility. Inhale, back to your chest. Open up the hands, spread them out. Exhale, push it forward like a stop sign. Inhale, back to your chest. Exhale, out to the side. Turn your head too if you can. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back to the waist. Other side. Inhale, fist to chest. Exhale, sky high. Reach, reach, reach. Inhale, back to your chest. Open up the hands. Spread them out. Exhale, push it forward. Inhale, back to your chest. Exhale, out to the side. Open, close 5 times. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back to your waist. Last time. Here we go. Inhale, fist to chest. Exhale, sky high. Inhale, back to your chest. Open up. Exhale, push it forward. Very good. Inhale back to your chest. Exhale out to the side 5 times. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back to the waist. Let's do that finishing breath. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up, and then bring down the energy from the heavens back down to your dantian. Very good. Next is our knee warm up. Go ahead and clap those hands, and we're doing what's called ignite the fire. So it's like you're making cookies. So you're kind of doing that twisting motion to increase the heat of the hands. And then we make that go into like you're starting a campfire. You're moving it into the fingers. Very good. Get that heat going for your knees. And then bend the knees. This might be easier to do seated on the chair, but let's try this, okay? Put some heat on the knees here. Okay. And then let's tap, tap, tap the side of the knees, lessen the knee pain, stimulating that gallbladder meridian in traditional Chinese medicine. And then let's walk those feet in, stand up straight, and basically bend the knees and straighten. So this is our little bit of a knee warm up here. Again, working the ankle joint, working the knee joint, a little bit of the hip joint. Again, do what you can with what you got today. And then from here, maybe your hands on your hip and just kind of walk in place. We're doing those calf pumps. Now, some folks may want to have access to a chair for this next one. Just depends on their balance. It's going to be our our foot, knee, hip circles, and our hip circles. So what I'm going to do is just take a foot out to the side. I'm on the ball of the foot, and I'm doing that ankle rotation, but I'm also doing the knee, and I'm trying to do the hip into this too. So again, you're going to do what feels okay for you, okay? And then let's reverse that. Go the other way. It doesn't turn as well the other way. Very good. Let's do the other side. Shift over to the other side, rooting down into that balanced foot and start that ankle rotation. Be sure to include the knee. Get a little bit of the hip in there too if you can. There we go. I was trying to get it to go a little bit more. It's like, oh, it wasn't cooperating. And then let's reverse that. Go the other way. Mine don't look like knee circles. They look like knee triangles. Okay, I'm just going to do what I can. Very good. All right, and then we're going to bring those feet a little wide, point the toes out towards the corners, hands on the hips, a little soft bend in the knees, and let's start those hip circles. And you might feel a little snap, crackle, pop. I feel it here also in my upper spine a little bit, that little bone noise, that crepitus is what they call that. Or, you know, a slow hula hoop. And then let's pause and let's take it in the other direction. Very good. I feel more noise on this side when I do this direction. Notice what you notice. And then make it smaller, smaller, and smaller. So since we have our feet out here, we're going to go ahead and chop the qua. So this is the traditional way that we do the QiGong detox, is throughout the postures, as opposed to what I did last week, which was the big 6 QiGong detox. We're going to take the sides of the hands and chop the qua. So it's not necessarily following the pattern of optimal lymphatic drainage, but it still does what it does. Clears energy that's blocked from your body. So chop that qua. If you take Alan or Allison's Tai Chi classes, you may notice this is similar to what they do in their classes. Very good. Again, the feet are out here towards the corners of the room. And let's inhale, circle, sweep arms up. And then from here, we're going to bend the knees and bring the hands down the heart center. This is the blood pressure technique. And then we're going to take our hands, for those of you that are new, we're taking our hands to the pinky side and then covering the fingers over the hands. That stimulates the pericardium and the heart meridian in this blood pressure technique. And then we inhale, kind of bring it up here to your armpits, and then squeeze the chest, and then exhale out to the side, bend the knees. So you turn the hand out because that's actually where the heart meridian goes, is on the outside of the hand. So you're stimulating that heart meridian. And then let's inhale, stand up, circle sweep arms up, and then bring the hands down the heart center, bend the knees, grab those thumbs. Here we go. Inhale, stand up, squeeze that chest. Exhale, arms out to the side, bending the knees. Lower or high blood pressure, this is the stabilizer. Inhaling up, up, up. Bring the hands down the heart center. Here we go. Bend those knees, grab those thumbs, and then inhale, stand up. Exhale, arms out to the side. Let's do that one more time. Inhaling, circle, sweep arms up. Bring the hands down the heart center. Make that little heart, grab those thumbs. Here we go. Inhaling, stand up, squeeze. Exhale, out to the side. Let's do that finishing breath. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up, and then bring down the chi. From here, shift your weight over to one side and then step the foot in. So that's kind of what we'll be working on later on in the class, is shifting weight, stepping in. From here, let's just take our hands. Now you can do this either with hooked thumbs or unhooked thumbs. Let's do swimming dragon. So when we do swimming dragon seated on the chair, we don't have this fun thing that we can do with our hips. So what we'll do here is breathe in, belly big. And then exhale, push hands one direction, and then turn your head the other direction and shift that hip. Very good. Stay here, breathe in. Exhale back to the center. Everything nice and aligned. Wiggle jiggle a little bit here. And again, breathe in, belly big. Now push the hands one direction, push the hips the other, turn the head the same direction as the hips. Woo! Stay here, breathe in. Exhale back to the center. Let's do one more each side. But first we breathe in, belly big. And then exhale, push the hips, turn the head, push the hands away. Very good. Stay here, breathe in. Exhale back to the center. And we'll complete it with one more. Here we go. Stay here, breathe in. And then exhale, push the hips, the head, the hands, opposite directions. Stay here, breathe in. Exhale back to the center. Very good. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up, and doing that finishing breath. Eventually, you might feel sensations happening on the bottoms of the hands once we kind of get a little bit more into releasing energy of the body. From here, let's take the middle fingers here, and you find your collarbone, and we go down just a little bit. That's your thymus. So we're thumping our thymus to help increase our immunity. This helps increase our T cell production. So this is good for the fall season when, we've got pollen, we've got the change of the seasons. Once you kind of get past, I think it's the age 30, you start to lose your natural T cell production. So again, thumping that thymus is a good thing to do. Try to do this for about a minute when you do this daily on your own. Just an idea, yeah. Again, today we're doing the more traditional QiGong detox method in class. I just want to give you kind of a little variety of different ways to do the same thing, yeah? So next is we're going to clap the hands. Again, create a little bit of heat in those hands. Now you get to choose how you're going to create your heat. And then from here, we're going to tap, tap, tap the outside of the arm. Bring it to the shoulder, and then bring it here underneath the armpit and down the side of the body, low below the belly button, up the center. Tap, tap. I'm doing a little fist here. And then get that shoulder a little bit. And then go down the inside of the arm. And then kind of sweep off that energy. Sweep off that kind of maybe a little itchy feeling, yeah? Clap the hands again. Again, a little bit of heat here. We're going to tap the outside of the arm. So here we go. Tap it up, get to that shoulder, raise that arm up, get that armpit, bring it down the side body, down that hip, the center, up the belly button, up the center. Bring that arm down a little bit, get that shoulder, and get the inside of the arm. Here we go. Okay, and kind of sweep off that excess kind of feeling going on. Very good. From here, the stomach. While we're here. And then we take the back of our hands, rub the kidneys, rub the back side of the body. Whatever you can do. Maybe it's here on the behind, maybe you can't go too high, and that's okay. Do what you can, all right? Okay, beautiful. From here, hands in the center, little bend in the knees, and we're gonna sweep and reach. I'm also bending the knees as I bring the hands to the center. Keep the head looking forward if that makes you a little dizzy, but if you can move the head, you can look side to side to match up with what your arms are doing. All right, we're going to switch it now. We're going to draw sideline number 8. So you're kind of dipping a little bit more. Here comes the fun part when you reverse. Uh-oh. Always looks a little different when you reverse. It feels a little different in the body also. Don't be surprised your heart rate goes up when you have those hands above your heart. Let's do one more complete one. Whatever that means. And then inhale, circle, sweep arms up. Bring down that chi. All right, so next one is called bone density drops. Again, maybe you want to be behind a chair or near a wall when you do this, but it's basically raising up on the balls of the feet and dropping down. And again, if you have brittle bones, then you're going to just raise up and lower. You won't do the dramatic drop. You can have a hand on the wall if you need to. Again, helping with our bone density, also challenging our balance at the same time. Let's do 2 more. 2 and 1. Very good. So now we get one of our experiences in grounding and rooting down. So I'm putting my hair back behind my ears. You know it's serious when we get to this part. So we'll go into eagle stance. So that's heels together, feet apart. Very good. And we're basically going to step a foot out just a little bit. And then the one that we stepped out, that's going to be our empty step. The other one, we're going to bend the knee, root down. So 3-point stepping drill, one of Louise's favorite ones, is basically you're going to take the leg forward. So when you take the leg forward, a lot of times what happens, I'm going to show this with the side view. See if I can do this with the side view. A lot of times people put it way out here and then they're like shifting weight forward. So what we want to try to avoid with the stepping drill is it's however far that leg will go without you having to shift your weight forward. I hope that makes sense. It may not, but you may kind of understand that once we kind of do this. So here we go. We're going to shift it forward, heel down. Now I already shifted forward. It's a little bit too far. So bring it in if you need to. Heel down, toe up, bring it back to the ankle. This one that we're bouncing on, knee bent, firm into the floor, and bring it in. Now, we're like there's a pencil on the bottom of our heel. We're just bringing it out to the side. Again, it's not too far away out there to where you're having to shift, but it's just out to the side. And bring it back to the ankle. And then we're taking the leg out to the ankle back behind it. So point the toe. Again, far as back to where you're not putting weight in the back leg, okay? And then bring it forward. And then release out of that. We were kind of in that a little bit. I just saw a message come across, so let me check the message. I'm not sure. Okay. All right. I'll answer questions at the end of this sequence that we do today. We're going to try the other one now. So again, feet a little bit apart, bend the knees, and we're going to root down into the other leg. And so you can hang onto the wall, hang onto the chair, hands on the hips, whatever helps you do this with balance, okay? You're gonna step your foot forward, heel, and that's so far forward that you're not shifting your weight. And then back to the ankle bone. Now I'm getting a little wiggly here. And then out to the side, heel up, or heel down, toe up, and then back to your ankle. And then back behind you. Squeeze that bone if you need to. Back to the ankle, and then raise up. So this is a little homework assignment that you can do, is the 3-point stepping drill. You know what, I'm gonna get my chair because I am feeling a little wiggly. So let me just have that just in case. You don't want your teacher to fall. So I'm gonna have there just for my own safety's sake. I may not need it as soon as I brought it out, right? So again, I'm gonna bend my knees. This time I'm gonna tuck my tailbone under, see if that makes any difference. So a little tailbone tuck, okay? And we'll start with the original side. So heel forward, toe up, back to the ankle. I'm bent knee on that other rooted leg. Out to the side, toe up, back to the ankle. Back behind us, that's where I get wiggly. And then back to the ankle. And then stand up, move around a little bit. And let's do the other side. Bend both knees. All right, and then heel forward, toe up, back to the ankle. Out to the side, toe up, back to the ankle. Back behind you, point that toe, back to the ankle, and raise up. Very good. Excellent. So let me move that chair out of the way. I guess I didn't need it too much, huh? Next is another balance assessment. It's monk carries the flag. So let me stand back here a little bit. So for this one, we'll be whatever, we're going to start with one of our sides. So whatever side you're starting with, that arm goes up. That's the top of the flagpole. And you take the other arm across the body. That's the bottom of the flagpole. And then what we're going to do is bring the leg in, bend the knee. That's on the side of the flagpole. Here's the option. Raise the knee up, maybe, or come up on the toe. And then slide it out to the side, that empty step, slide out to the side, heel, ball, toe, shift, switch the hands. So now let me get into the here. So it's the other side, that leg is out. You're gonna shift it in, be on the ball of the foot or raise the leg, whatever you can manage. And then shift it out, heel, ball, toe, shift your body, shift the hands, bring it in, knee up, foot down, shift out to the side, heel, ball, toe, shift, switch the hands, shift the leg over, knee up, can't do that side, and then down, shift it out to the side, switch the hands, bring that leg in, knee up, foot down, shift out to the side, heel, ball, toe, shift, last time, and shift the leg next to the other leg. You're rooted down in that balanced foot, knee up, and release. Very good. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up, and exhale, bring down that chi. All right, from here, we'll be stepping a foot out to the side. So we shift it forward and at an angle. So we do heel, and then we're going to take hands upon each other. This is called monkey stretch, and we're shifting our weight forward. And then we shift our weight back when we bring the hands towards our chest, and shift your weight forward again. And then shift your weight back and come up to the sky with your hands, come up on that tippy toe, and then shift the foot in, and then over to the other side. Heel, ball, toe out, and shift the weight forward, and then bring the hands to your chest. If you shift it back, shift the weight forward, bring it back, and then one more time, forward and up, come off that heel, and then shift it in towards the center. Basically, you're kind of turning from the quad over to the other side. Step your foot out, heel, ball, toe, shift that weight forward, bring the hands towards your chest, and then back out as you shift forward. Very good. Towards your chest. And then one more time, bring it out, and then up, 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 up. Very good, very good. Shift your foot into the other heel. Turn over to the other side. Monkey stretch on the other side. So from here, heel ball toe, shift forward. Bring it towards your chest and out. Again, towards your chest. You're shifting your weight with each thing. And then inhale up on that tippy toe, heel off the floor as best you can. And then shift the foot into the other foot. And then hands stacked upon each other as you bring your hands down the heart center. And then inhale, circle, sweep arms up. And then bring down that chi. Very good. This next one is, what is it called? Knocking on the door of life. Now, you may have seen this. There's this little toy that you can like shake side to side, and then the little toy goes from side to side. So we're basically doing that with our bodies. Now, you can keep your feet firm on the floor, but what I like to do is lift my heel as I turn from one side to the other. So we're hitting the acupressure point called Ming Mang, which is in that mid back. Let me see here. So again, that's for your back, your kidneys, your liver, the gallbladder, the colon. Again, let those shoulders relax as you're doing this, as you're swinging the arms side to side. Now let's move it up a little bit. Let's do the chest and the back. So that's for the lungs, a little bit of the shoulders, upper back. Now I've got that pacemaker, so I'm like careful where I bring my hands, yeah? And then if you can, maybe a little higher on the shoulders, maybe a little bit more on the upper back or whatever you can reach, right? Whatever's comfortable. And then bring it down a little bit, go back to the lungs, that mid back, and go back to the waist, the gallbladder, the colon, the kidneys, the liver, the spleen. And then make it smaller, smaller, and smaller. Slow, slow, slow. From here, step a foot in, step the other foot in. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up. Bring down that chi. Very good. Now again, earlier we did some tapping of the arms. We're going to do that again. So let's go ahead and tap the arms. Go over to the other side. And then from here, tap the legs. Get the shins. Get the calves. Back of the knees, back of the legs, the behind, the upper back, again, the kidneys. What we're trying to do here is sweep away that stagnant chi. So we're going to take the hands and sweep down the back of the legs, sweep down the front of the legs, sweep down the arms, and then clap the hands. A little bit of heat. Let's get all the meridians activated. So let's tap the head. So all the meridians go through the head. We got some on the side. We got some kind of going down that mohawk area. And then get the back, that little bumpy part also. Help with boosting our brain, our memory. Very good. And then from here, just shake, shake. Bend those knees also. Next up is the cleansing meditation. So go ahead and kind of shake side to side. As you breathe in and out, you may notice your breath getting a little more forceful going out. I just kind of opened my mouth so you could hear that. Let's bring it up. Shaking QiGong, shaking gong. And then arms, elbows bent, flapping those wrists. And then side to side swings. You might be feeling some sensation in various places in the body. Very good. Actually, here we're doing the other forms, then the cleansing meditation. So next, let's take the feet into eagle stance. And then from here, we'll bend both knees. Inhale as we raise up. Exhale as we lower. And then we're going to take one of our legs, shift it out to the side, heel, ball, toe, shift the weight. Other foot's going to turn to the front of the room and then shift the weight over to that other side. The foot that's turned out, shift it, and then come back to the center. Let me get more center here in the camera. So from here, let's go ahead and bend the knees. So this is called preparation stance. The feet together with the toes turned out is called eagle stance or beginning stance. Or maybe, no, I'm sorry, I've got it reversed. Preparation stance, then beginning stance. From here, we'll do upward and downward, but the first one's called center and sink. So we basically inhale, raise up about halfway up, and then you draw the hands towards you and you lower those shoulders. Don't hike the shoulders, lower them down. And then exhale as you bring them down. Let's do that again. Inhale, raise up. Draw it towards you. Exhale, lower, bend the knees. Very good. Inhale, raise up. Draw it towards you. Exhale, down. So it's here at hip level to begin with. And again, I've got my bend to my knees going on here. Inhale, raise up. Draw it towards you. Exhale, lower. Breathing in, rise up. As if you're floating on water, okay? And then exhale, lower. And again, relax those shoulders. One more time. Inhale, raise up. Exhale, lower. Very good. So this is one of our forms in our short form. But we like to practice this to understand about, where to position the hands. So a lot of times what I see folks do, and I did it also, is I shrugged my shoulders up and then I lowered them. So for me, it was a practice of, okay, really relaxing those shoulders down. Let's do that one more time. We're in beginning stance where our feet are parallel to the front of the room, a little bit apart, hip distance apart basically. And bend the knees, go ahead and bend the knees. And let's practice that about 3 more times. So inhale, raise up. Draw it towards you. Exhale, lower. Again, inhaling, rise and lower. One more time. Now we're going to take it up to shoulder height. And this one's called upward downward. So bring it up to about shoulder height. And then draw the hands. So your elbows are out to the side. Exhale, lower. Let's do that again. Inhaling, rise up. And then drag it towards you. Exhale, lower. So what I notice on me, one of my shoulders raises, or one of my arms raises up higher than the other. Rise up. Exhale, lower. Again, inhale, raise up. And make sure those shoulders are relaxed. Exhale, lower. Let's do that one more time. Inhaling up. Drag it towards you. And exhale. Very good. That was upward, downward. The next one that we do at the end of the form is called inward, outward. So we gather the Tai Chi ball. So this is, you're here at that dantian. So it's kind of at the bottom of the dantian. And you have kind of that little curve of the hand happening. And again, relax those shoulders down when we do this. And so when we do the inward, outward, so it's in the inside of the body. So inward, raising up. Once it gets to about chest level, you're showing the back of the hands, and up here at the eyes, you drag it out. Float the arms out and float it down. Bend the knees. Bend the knees. And then gather your Tai Chi ball. Inhale up. Exhale, drag it out. Bend those knees. Again, as if you were floating in a big tub of water. Again, inhaling up. Raise up. Drag it out. Exhale, lower. Bend those knees. And again, inhale, rise up. Once it gets to about eye level, drag it out and then float it down. And then one more. Here we go. Inhale, raise it up. Drag it out. Exhale, lower. Very good. From here, bring your hands on your chest. Bend those knees. And then bring the arms out. And let's inhale, bring them in. As if you're trying to match up the fingers. And then drag it out. So inhale, bring the ball to the chest. Exhale, stand up, drag it out. Inhale, bend those knees. Exhale, drag it out. So this is a variation of Tai Chi Stance. And then from here, we're going to bend the knees, bring the hands towards one another. And this is also called a variation of Wuji Stance or empty stance. You empty your mind, you concentrate your attention on your breath. Feel the feet. As you breathe in, as you breathe out, let go of your burdens. Might get a little challenging, and that's okay. So imagine healing light entering through the crown of your head, just saturating every cell of your body. Feel that healing energy inside and out from head to toe. It's in every bone, joint, muscle in your body, every layer of your skin. Again, bringing that healing light from the top of your head down to the tips of the toes. Imagine your body fully healed, new again. Breathe in that feeling. And now let's bring the arms out and down towards the floor and then raise up. The arms out a little bit, kind of pointing towards the floor. And just imagine toxins exiting through the tips of the fingers. You might be feeling a heavy feeling in your hands. Feel that release. It might be a physical, it might be an emotional release. Very good. And then from here, shake once again. Shake it out. If you can, maybe put a little smile on your face. Or if you can't, it works too. And let's end this with a finishing breath. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up. Exhale, bring down the chi. Now's our time to take a little break, get a little sip of water. I'm going to come up to the camera, answer any questions that we might have. Let me go ahead and pause the recording. I don't know if you have to say okay or not. I think the first time you do, but maybe not the second time when it's paused and all that. Okay, so again, when we look at the agenda I sent out earlier, to those that had already registered by a certain point in time, again, we're going to go over preparation stance, which is eagle posture, and beginning stance. So in going from preparation stance to beginning stance, there's this shifting of weight, being of an empty step. And I think I told y'all one of the homework assignments that you can do is that 3-point step. Kind of go, I'll put a little tag in the video where you can find that, and you can practice along with that and that type of thing. So when you come into starting a standing Tai Chi, again, it always starts with the right fist and that left hand, the sun and the moon, and you bow down. So that's a standard way to start, a form class if you're not doing any of the warm-up. And then you place yourselves, and I'm going to be seeing here, where's that perfect in the, there we go. So we have the, it's, if you want to get technical about it, it's about a 30-degree angle. One day I took out my protractor and wrote it on my tile floor where that was. And I'm not sure if I'm ever correct, but, and again, it's toes out to the side here and heels together. So this is preparation stance. In order to get into beginning stance, we have to shift weight and that type of thing. So before, I had talked about drawing, there's a pencil at the bottom of your heel, and you're trying to step the foot out straight to the side. So a lot of times what happens to folks, they step it forward. So what I encourage you, for the first couple of times, maybe when you do this, you step your foot out, heel, and you look, is it kind of in alignment with the other one? And your weight's still on this one that didn't step out. And then you do heel, ball, toe, place the foot down. Now you're not shifting your weight yet. And then you shift your weight over to the heel, ball, toe foot. Now with this one that we started with, we're going to shift it forward. So we're doing this empty of weight. All the weight is in this leg that we just stepped out. And then we shift our weight back over because we got to move this other foot in, but we don't do weight bearing shifting. We don't turn the foot with weight bearing. And then we step it in, and then we're kind of still over here on this side, and we come back to the center. That puts us into beginning stance. So we're going to do that again. I'm going to show this the back view, and let me make sure. Okay, so I'm going to do heels together, feet out, and I'm looking. I don't know if you can see the toes out or not, but we're going to try the best we can. So again, when we go from preparation to beginning stance, eagle stance to beginning stance, that gets confusing because preparation and eagle are the same, okay? So you bend the knees, and then inhale, lift up, and we're going to step over toward, you just basically follow me, okay? So we're going to bend the knees, shift the weight over into the left foot, and then we step out the right, heel, ball, toe, shift the weight over. Now we got to turn this left foot straight forward, and then shift our weight back, turn that right foot straight forward, and then shift back to the center. So that's getting from eagle stance into beginning stance. Let's do that again. Again, let's do the other direction, because we're doing one direction. We got to make it all even, right? So to begin with, we have the heels together, toes, feet apart, not toes apart, but feet apart, and bend the knees. And then as you straighten the legs, you inhale up, and then exhale, bend the knees again. Now we're shifting our weight over to the hand side where I'm waving my hand. I'm going to step the foot out to the side. Heel, ball, toe, shift the weight. Take your foot, turn it towards the front of the room. Very good. Shift your weight back. Turn the other foot forward. And then you got to shift back to the center to where both feet have equal amount of weight. Very good. Is thumbs up, thumbs down? Do we need to do it again? Are we okay? All right. Let's go back to that. And then we'll move into center and sink. So that's movements number 3. And then that's the one after that is upward, downward. So it's the one at the hip level. It's the one at the chest level. All right. So again, back into eagle stance, preparation stance. And then we're going to bend the knees. And then inhale, raise up. So you just mirror me, okay? Exhale, lower. Shift your weight over, and then step your foot out, heel, ball, toe, shift your weight. Now take that other foot, turn it to the front of the room, get it all nice and pointed toward the front of the room, shift your weight back, turn the other foot, shift your weight back to the center. So you should feel nice and center. Now look at your feet. Is one foot more forward than the other? If so, make that little correction right now. We're going to go on to steps number 3 and number 4, which is center and sink. So when we have come back from when we're centered, we should have a little bend in our knees. So we're not fully straight up towards the sky. We have that little bend in the knees. Take breaks when you need to, okay? Here comes center and sink. So from here, inhale, rise up halfway with the hands. Exhale, bend those knees. Lower the arms. Here comes upward, downward. Inhale, up, 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 up. Draw it towards you. Exhale, bend the knees and lower. Very good. Let's do that again. I'm going to turn around. We're going to go and do 1, 2, 3, and 4. Put it all together. And we'll do it again. Okay. So again, feet out to the side. Heels together, standing up tall to begin with. Again, eagle stance. And let's go ahead and bend the knees. So you kind of bend in those knees. And then inhale, raise up. And then exhale, bend the knees. And we're going to shift our weight. And we're going to step out to the side. Heel, ball, toe. Shift the weight. Turn your foot to the front of the room. Shift your weight back. Turn the other foot to the front of the room. And then come back to the center. Next is center and sink. So take a look at your feet. Make sure they're kind of in alignment. Mine were kind of a little forward. So get them all aligned. Little bit in the knees here. Inhale, rise up. Bring it to hip level. Exhale, lower. Here we go. Inhale, upward. Draw it towards you and downward. Shift your weight over to one side. Turn the foot out. Step the foot in. Going back to eagle stance. Okay, so thumbs up. Do it again. Yes, thumbs up. Do it again. Yes, no? Okay. You know what we're going to do now? We're going to go ahead and you just follow along the best that you can. I'm going to go through the form so you know what's going to be coming up next week. So your also additional homework is to practice eagle stance, beginning stance, center and sink, upward, downward. And so we have all these little subtleties that are kind of in between just those, 4 forms, okay? So there's, shifting weight, bringing our foot in, shifting weight, bringing the foot in. So we'll do that. Let's do that again. So again, we're going back into eagle stance. So get into your beginning stance, feet out, ankles together. So we're going to be going over to the other side this time. We've been working over here. We're going to go over to the other side this time. Let's see if Gail can help you do that. So first, bend the knees. And then inhale, raise up. Exhale, lower, shifting our weight and stepping out to the side. Heel, ball toe, and then shift your weight over. Turn the foot. Shift your weight over to the other side. Then turn the other foot. Then come back to the center. Knees are bent, so we're going to do center and sink. Inhale up, drag it towards you and down. Bend those knees, bend those knees. Okay, upward, outward, inward, outward, upward, downward. I can't even talk today, and down. Now I'm going to continue the form. So we're going to turn the foot out to the side. So it's what we're shifting our weight over. Turn the foot out to the side. Whatever foot we turn over, that's the top of the Tai Chi ball, and then there's a bottom part. And then we shift our weight over to that side. Very good. Next is called bow and arrow stance. So we have shifted our weight over. We've got the Tai Chi ball, the leg that does not have any weight. We step it forward, heel, ball toe, then shift forward. Once we're shifting forward, we turn the Tai Chi ball, turn our chest to the front of the room. So we have the weight forward. Very good. Then we shift our weight back, lift that foot, turn it towards parallel to the other foot. Now our weight is still here in this back leg. We're going to shift our weight forward. Very good. And then we're going to take the other foot, step it forward, heel, ball, toe. Now shift the weight. This is called split the ball or ward off. You take your top hand, bring it here by your hip. The bottom hand protects your chest. Very good. From here, we shift our weight back, bring the hand back behind us. This is called roll back, and then press it into our palms. We're shifting our weight towards that bent knee. Then shift your weight back. This is press and push, and press it forward. Here's the tricky one. We shift our weight back, lift the heel, so it's no weight bearing on this heel, and we shift that back foot to where it's very awkward, pointing to the front of the room. So we're drawing this circle with our hand, bringing it down by our hip, shifting our weight to the back leg, and then complete that circle. Once you get it about here at shoulder height, take that forward foot, toe, ball, heel, shift it back to the center, draw it in and down. Next is inward, outward. So we're collecting that ball down here. Bring it up, inhale up, and then drag it out. Bend those knees. And then we shift our weight over to one foot, step a foot out to the side, and then step it in. That completes one of the 12 that one of the 12 forms on one side. All right, let's do the other side. Let's get a little bit more practice in, and then I'll show the back view, and then we'll end the class. So again, we're in eagle stance, heels together, toes out. And just know if you're feeling frustrated, you're going, I'm not getting it. It may take years. It may take many months to get this. It's a practice. It's not a perfect, okay? We're not going to be perfect at this. There's going to be stumbles along the way, and that's okay. But you're still like engaging the brain, all right? Okay, so join me in the frustration, okay? So again, we're going to bend the knees and then inhale up. Exhale, bend the knees. Shift your weight. Now we're going to step the foot out to the side, heel, ball, toe. Shift your weight. Bring that foot in. Very good. And then shift your weight. Bring the other foot in. and then come back to the center. Now center and sink. The knees are bent. Inhaling up halfway. I got that part. Exhale down. Now up to the shoulders. Here we go. Drag it in, elbows out, exhale down. Now we're going to shift our weight over. Turn that foot. That means that hand's going to be on top, that other hand on bottom. Shift your weight over heel ball toe. Very good. From here, your weight's in that heel ball toe leg. The other foot that's pointed forward, we're going to step it forward, heel ball toe, and then shift the weight, turn the ball, turn your chest to the front of the room. Very good. Shift your weight to the back foot, lift the heel, and then pivot the foot to where it's parallel to that other leg. Then shift your weight to the other leg. We're doing the other bow and arrow. So we're going to take the leg out to the side, still holding the ball, heel ball toe. Now shift the weight, and we're doing ward off. Push the hand down here by your hip, and hand protecting your chest with your elbow kind of up a little bit. Very good. Here at your chest, not your eyes, at the chest. Very good. Then we're going to do ward off. So, or roll back. So we shift back, roll that hand back, and push it into the palm as you shift forward, and then bring it back. Very good. And again, shift forward. Now this time when we bring it back, you lift the heel. All that weight is in this forward leg, and you pivot on that back heel, and it's very awkward. Get that toe pointed forward. That's the important part. And then draw that circle with that hand. Shift your weight to that back leg. Once it gets to about shoulder height, then you're shifting your weight mostly in that back leg. To step the other foot back, it's a kind of shift back toe, ball, heel, come to the center, drag your arms in and down. Here we go. Grab your Tai Chi ball, inward and outward, and then exhale down. Shift your weight over to one side, turn the foot, and then we're going to step it in, back to eagle stance, and let's do the finishing breath. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up, and bring down the chi. All right. So you can just watch or follow along, or a combination. I'm going to turn around and do the sequence once again, both sides. I'm going to put it together. Okay. So feet out, ankles together. So again, this is the format of a beginner's Tai Chi class in the method that I was taught. So you're getting the same teaching method. All right, so we're settled into eagle stance. Let's go ahead and bend the knees. And then inhale, rise up. Exhale, bend the knees. And we're going to shift our weight and then step a foot out. Heel ball toe, and then shift our weight over. Turn the foot in. Shift the weight back, turn the other foot in, and come into the center. Our knees should be bent. If not, we'll correct it. Center and sink. Inhale up, halfway. Exhale, bend the knees. Let's bring it upward, outward. Bring it up, 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 up. Relax those shoulders. Draw it in. And down. Oh, I messed up on that. Sorry about that. Then we're going to shift our weight. Turn the foot. Hand on top, hand below, shift that weight forward. And then with the pointed forward foot, we're going to step forward, heel ball toe, shift the weight, turn the ball, turn your chest, and then shift to the back leg, lift the heel, turn the foot parallel, shift your weight to the parallel foot, and then you're going to step that leg out again. Turn the foot, step the leg out, and then shift forward, bring a hand in front of your chest, hand by your hip, that's ward off, and then shift your weight back, roll back, and press into those palms, and then bring it towards you. Press it away. And then from here, shifting your weight, lifting your heel, and I kind of drag it back a little bit, and then pivot that foot to the front of the room. And we're making that circle with that hand, shifting your weight to the back foot, raising it up to shoulder level. All this weight is in that back leg. Step that foot back. Toe ball heel, come back to the center and lower. Let's gather the Tai Chi. So here we go. Bring it up, 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 inward, outward, drag it out, bring it down. So what we're going to do is shift your weight over, turn the foot, step it in. Now I'm not in the center of the room, so I'm going to come back over here to the center of the room. We're continuing here. So bend the knees. Inhale up, From here, bend the knees, shift the weight into the other foot, step the other foot out, heel, ball, toe, shift that weight, turn the foot in, shift back, turn the other foot in, come back to the center. Here we go, center and sink again. Inhaling halfway up, exhaling, bend those knees, relax those shoulders, upward, downward, all the way up to shoulder height, drag it in, and float it down. We're shifting our weight, pivoting that foot, hand goes up, hand goes down, shift your weight towards that bent knee, and take that other foot, step it forward, heel, ball, toe. This is bow and arrow stance. From here, shift your weight to the forward leg and turn the ball, shift back, turn your foot, pivot to where it's parallel, and then shift your weight to the parallel foot. From here, we're doing that bow and arrow stance again. We'll heel, ball, toe out, and then shift your weight. So it's going into ward off, hand in front of your chest, hand by your hip, then shift your weight back, bring that hand back behind you. It's called roll back, and then push into the hand. From here, shift your weight back, and then push it forward once again. And then shift your weight back, lift your heel, turn your foot. Again, here we go with that upper body arm circle. Get that foot nice in position. Shift your weight to that back leg. Continue that circle with the arms. Once it gets here about shoulder level, come a little bit to the center. Step that foot back, toe, ball, heel. Come to the center and sink it down. From here, gather the Tai Chi ball up, 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 and out. Shift your weight, step your foot out, step the other foot in, end with the finishing breath. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up, bring down the chi. Very good. Let's end with the right fist, that left palm, and bow down to one another. Very good. So let me come up to the camera. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording and answer any questions that you all might have.